Welcome back to the channel, everybody, and welcome back to a new video where today I'm going to share with you the outcome of owning my Lamborghini Gallardo for the first 6 months and basically how it's financially fleshed out for me, which I'm shocked and surprised that it's come out as good as it has. But I've frankly made a killing on this car so far, but I don't think I'm selling it. But before we get started, let me tell you what we're going to do with the Dodge Charger, because so many of you have commented below about things I need to do because I've been slowly moving through some of the new upgrades. So I am going to do a front splitter, but I need your input on who I should go through for that splitter. There's so many out there and I just can't make a decision on which one I want to put on the front of my car. Also, I did order the Spoiler King rear window spoiler because as I mentioned in the last video, I think it looks great on the Charger, so stay tuned for that install. Also, I want to do the wicker bill despite some of you thinking it would be horrible. I think you have to do it once you do the rear diffuser. It balances out the car. So tell me who I should go to for that. I don't even know. There's so many different vendors out there. I don't know which one's the best one. Tell me who you think I should go to add the rear wicker bill. Next, tonight by 10 p.m., I will have my 5-inch exhaust tips that are blue to match the car. I'll put them on the screen. They're coming. I don't know if they're going to look great or not, but I will show them to you in the next video. And if I love them, we will have them installed, and I think they'll round out the back of the car and it will look great. So those are just a few changes I'm going to make to the Dodge Charger. So please comment below. Tell me where you think I should go for the wicker bill and the front spoiler. And this guy will not leave my car. And if he stays on much longer, I'm going to light this thing on fire. That is disgusting. Honey, come here. Look at this. Come here. Look. No, come here. This guy is insane. He won't go away. Come here. I think he's one of those jumping guys. Look at his eyes. He's looking right at me.
Oh, I hate those. You want me to whack it out?
No. No, we're not gonna kill him. He just don't let him jump on my face.
What if I did that?
No. All right, now seriously, let's roll that intro.
You find joy when you lost your job. It happened 2 times. How do you get around? You don't got a car. Man, it just died. Tell me how the sun shine, even if it rain, bro. I've been through a thunderstorm and still seen a rainbow. That's why I keep my raincoat. Blessing man, he blessing me. God opens doors, man. I ain't saying sesame.
All right, so before we get started, just a little bit of inspiration, motivation. It's the name of my channel, so I've got to do this every other video or so, and I believe that it helps others. And the reason why I believe it helps others is because I get messages like this one I just got a couple days ago from a great young man who's serving our country right now. So I'm going to share this message with you all because it hit home a little bit today. Today I woke up and I was not in the mood to video, was not in the mood to film. I just didn't want to do it. I wanted to lay on the couch and do nothing, maybe wash the car and just relax. But I knew I had to deliver content because every week for the last year and a half I have done so. And if I miss a week, I know that there's someone out there, maybe one person, who would have benefited from one of my videos had I just put it out and put that inspirational quote at the beginning and nudge them forward in their life or help them through a challenge that maybe they're experiencing right now. So I get this message, and this morning I'm like, I am absolutely just going to film. If for no one else, for this young man, I'm going to do it because he wrote me this. So here's what he said. Even deployed, I watch your videos with as sketchy as the Wi-Fi can be. Lord knows where he is, but he's deployed, meaning he's on the other side of the planet somewhere. LOL. Just felt like messaging you to let you know to keep doing what you're doing. Have been days where the quotes are really needed and days where I learned something new. Overall, one great motivator. Although I am in my 2nd tour overseas and miss my Challenger that is just sitting in the garage collecting dust, I can't wait to be back and use the tools you've given to me to get a new one. Hardest part will be choosing a Charger or Challenger. Keep doing what you're doing and stay motivated. That made my day. I wrote him back, that's so awesome. Love this. Thank you for your service. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for your service. And everyone out there watching this video from overseas wearing the uniform, means the world to me that you take the time, regardless of the tough Wi-Fi, and muscle through these videos. And I'm glad they help. So with that, everybody, let's go ahead and jump in the content of this video. So let's get right into this and talk about my 2005 Lamborghini Gallardo. So if you've been following the channel for a while, you know that 6 months ago, I decided to buy this car. And a year before that, I did a video about a dream of buying this car and someday being able to get a Lamborghini. Now, of course, that was a Huracan, and it turned out to end up being a Gallardo because I bought my wife that instead of spent the $250,000 on one car. I got two cars for less than $200,000, which made all the sense in the world. Go back and watch those videos. It all makes sense. You'll see her get surprised with that Land Rover, and she was beyond happy, and it was worth every bit of that sacrifice. But in time, I will get my Huracan. But right now, I got to share with you how this whole thing fleshed out, because I didn't know when I bought this car if it was going to be a good investment or a bad investment. But in the end, I took the leap anyways. So let's talk about the mathematics. All right, so I paid $95,000 for this 2005 Lamborghini Gallardo. It had 22,000 miles on it. So far, I've put 2,000 miles on it, so I've got a little over 24,000 miles on it. I paid $6,000 in a sudden and unexpected repair of the e-gear actuator, and I went ahead and spent another $1,500, which was part of the $6,000 actually. So it was about $4,500 to get the e-gear actuator done. Anywhere else you go, you're going to spend $7,000, $8,000, $9,000 to get that done. But I was resourceful, see my other videos, so I got it done for a lot less. Then I had the car serviced front to back for another $1,500 by RMT Motorsports here in Yorba Linda, California. And that was an expensive hit to get this car sorted out after my first month of owning it, where I thought it was going to be perfect and cost me nothing. Then I paid about $4,000 in taxes and registration and fees. Now the good news is, on a simple lease like I do with Premier Financial, the taxes were really, really low. It was just on the first payment. And then I had to pay the registration and some other fees to get that financing in place, about $4,000. And then I paid $1,200 for 6 months of full coverage, great insurance through State Farm, pretty much putting me at about $106,200 to acquire this car. Now, I made about $1,200 on this car so far. Obviously, every video that I make about this car makes me a little bit of money, so that number moves a little bit, and some of the older videos that are still going and making me money right now continue to go up. But basically, I'm about $1,200 to $1,500 I've made on this car so far, which levels me down to about $105,000 invested in this Gallardo in total. So obviously, had I not had any of the repairs or other issues, I would have been in this thing for about $95,000. And right now, the car is going for anywhere between $115,000 and $125,000 based on the comparables out there. But the comparables are all over the place because there's not a lot of them for sale. Now, when I went looking for this car 6 months ago, there was a whole bunch of them. And I went and looked at all those cars, and they were a lot of them were messes. They were prior track rentals, prior rentals. They were really, really in bad shape. As a matter of fact, one of the cars that I saw ended up at the shop, and after I bought this and took it in for the e-gear actuator, that car was in the shop with a whole bunch of stuff needed to get done to it. This car, for the most part, is perfect except for that e-gear actuator, which was an expense I had to incur. But overall, the car has been perfect. I've driven the heck out of it, had a blast with it, and had no other issues, knock on wood, so far, and it is just spectacularly beautiful. I actually met the third owner and had a phone conversation with the second owner, so I know where this car's been. I know that it's not been out on a track. I know it's never been rented before, and it's been meticulously cared for. You could tell by the interior that it has been well maintained. Everything from the door jambs all the way to the leather and the seats have no wear and tear. The dash is perfect. This thing is in great condition. Even the original floor mats, everything is in outstanding condition, which makes this a perfect example, meaning I should be able to get top dollar for this car if I was to put it for sale. And I did put it for sale. And when I put it for sale, it wasn't because necessarily I wanted to get rid of it. It's because I was thinking, if I could get $105,000 out of this car, then why wouldn't I put it for sale? And take that money and go buy my Lamborghini Huracan. So I put it up for sale. And then I had a million offers. Tons of people trying to buy the car for 105 grand, to the extent that some of them lowballed me, and I came back and said, no, I've got other offers. And they came back and said, fine, I'll give you what you're asking. And I came back and said, no, I don't think so. And then I had some real weird people hitting me up, and I just got to the place where I was frustrated. So I told one guy, I'm sick and tired of all of the weird offers and strange questions people are asking me. I'm going to raise the price. I'm not interested in selling it for 105 grand. I raised it to 115 grand to see if I can get more serious buyers. And then I got a million responses about a month and a half later again, and everybody wanting to come see the car, meaning that there's no way I couldn't get 115 grand for this car. So then when I told a few people that I have a ton of buyers willing to pay 115 grand, I had a few saying, you know what, maybe I'll give you more. I want to come see the car. And at that point, I'm frustrated because I cannot find a Lamborghini Huracan anywhere for less than $230,000 that's newer than the original year of 2015. I don't want to buy an original 2015. I originally looked at a 2020 for $232,000, and now the 2015s are over $220,000. So at this point, I'm thinking I need to get more for this car if I'm going to buy another car. And my concern with selling this car is that if I sell this car, I'm afraid, and I don't buy another car at the same time, I'm afraid I will chicken out from buying the Huracan. Because here's what I've learned with this car. This is an extremely irresponsible, obnoxious, and very hard to justify purchase. So buying this thing in the first place took a lot of convincing of myself that I needed this car. I had to have this car. And despite how much guilt I was riddled with, I still bought it. Meaning if I get rid of it again, I'm going to have to go through that whole process of convincing myself that I need to buy this car again, despite its absolute ridiculous, obnoxious expense and frankly uselessness in the universe. And it's just a straight up luxury item in my life. So I'm not going to take that chance. This car will not leave my house unless another car comes in its place with the same name or similar, maybe McLaren, but really I love Lamborghini. So that held me up a little bit. So now I'm at a place to where I'm pretty much convinced, based on closed comparables out there. Barrett Jackson just a week ago, I think it was, sold a 2004 for $115,000 and had 34,000 miles, 10,000 miles more than mine has on it. And the 2004 does not have the front lift, which is, I couldn't imagine not having the front lift. You would destroy the front of your car not having that. And it's a year older. So add 5,000 for the lower miles and add another 5,000 for the year and the front lift, and I'm at $125,000. But it was an auction. I get it. And people bid up and they got all excited. Thing is when I look out there on the market, I found a few under 100 grand or in the low hundreds. But when I started looking at them, several of them were 9 prior owners. No books and records. I have all the books and records to this car. So I am absolutely convinced that this car is well worth every penny based on the interest online and the comparables out there, and frankly, the amount of these cars that have been abused, downright abused, yet are being put up for sale and marketed as being in great condition and well maintained, yet they have had 9, 10, 12, 13 owners since the cars were new. This car, I am the 4th owner, and I know the 2 prior owners, so I feel very comfortable that this car is in absolutely great condition, and I'm safe with this car, and it is a great buy for somebody, because here's what happens. If you buy one of these things cheap, the amount of things that can go wrong could break the bank. And I've seen some YouTubers that have bought them and have spent 10, 20, 30. Another guy was about $70,000 his first year just keeping the thing running. At a certain point, no matter how much the car appreciates, you're dead. You're going to be upside down in that car for many, many years to come. E-gear actuator, normally $7,000, $8,000, $9,000, $10,000. Transmission, who knows, $20,000, $30,000. Your motor goes $50,000 for something used probably and rebuilt. Overall, any suspension issues, front lifts, $4,000. Everything on this car is wildly expensive. Every time I get behind the wheel, I say a little prayer and hope absolutely nothing breaks, because if it does, it's going to be expensive. Small things, torn interior, warped dashes, interior repairs, all these things are thousands and thousands of dollars. So even though you might get a car for $80, $85, $90,000, you've got to be so careful, because you will end up getting wildly burned and horribly burned in a car like this that needs a ton of work. So in the end, I feel confident that I can say that I've made about 30 grand on this thing. But if you minus the 10,000 extra that I put into it and insurance and everything else, easily I've pocketed $20,000 if I sell this thing. So are these going to continue to appreciate? I think so, for the immediate time being, with the shortage on the chips and everything else that's going out there, and frankly the amount of these things that are in horrible condition. It's going to keep going up in value. Maybe a little bit, maybe not as fast as some of the other cars, but it's still a phenomenal investment. So if it's something you're looking at buying, go find a great example, buy it, and keep it in great condition. So with that, everybody, thank you so much for watching my videos. Stay tuned for the next video. Stay motivated, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.
Like a Honda in the drive-thru, got my mind blue. Shoot, wonder what did I do? I do not deserve this, but you still came for me, feeling like Drake. Nothing was the same for me, thankfully. You turned my mountains into pebbles, showed me how to put fear in the devil. You brought the bass when I was stuck in treble. So if we talking faith, I know it's truly something special. There's nothing.